So my fridge kept making noise on and off while I was recording this video, so that's what you hear in the background sometimes. Yay! On to the spiel. Embedded in creating content is the want to make each project better than the last. Striving for improvement is not a sentiment reserved for artsy types, but that's what I am, so I'm gonna talk about it. My desire to display the best possible product tends to lead me down a perfectionist rabbit hole, which subsequently leads to the hyperfixation of minute details almost no one will notice. Take these two different cuts of the same video. Writing these words, the average viewer couldn't get a minute into the video is. Writing these words, the average viewer couldn't get a minute into the video is. Can you tell the difference? I can. And it's driving me crazy. During production, I tend to have a hard time distinguishing between jarring errors and minor issues. Because I can see both, and they tend to get filed under the same category. The lack of a transition is slowing a video's pace. Gross. A word is out of sync by a fraction of a second. Disgraceful. The feathered mask of an image is wide enough to show the hard edges of said image. Thanks. I hate it. I get so invested in these details that I can start to miss the bigger picture. Retroactively, I understand the absurdity of the situation. Is anyone going to care if a word is slightly off-center? Is it the end of the world if I don't adjust the crossfade by 2 frames? No. Not at all. But I fixed them anyway. Because at that moment, they stick out like sore, blistering thumbs. And not making the tweaks would lead to subpar content, which is unacceptable. That doesn't mean everything I make is pristine. I'm not infallible. There will always be something, somewhere, that falls through the cracks. Knowing this truth doesn't stop my brain from latching onto any perceived flaw and making the tiniest molehill into a mountain. How do I curb these perfectionist impulses? I can't. Sure, it helps to take notes on a cut to see what can be improved for the next cut. However, if I did that until the video was perfect, I'd never finish anything. So, I give myself a set amount of cuts I can tweak. Once I reach the limit, I release the final product into the wild with my fingers crossed, hoping I didn't miss any glaring abnormalities. I'll admit it's not an exact science, nor is it very comforting. But it's what I got, and it mostly works. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. If you liked it, share it with a friend and spread the joy. If you didn't like it, share it with a friend so you guys can hate me together, because misery loves company.